My name's Naomi, and welcome to Model Stars. Model Stars models have the ability to travel the world and earn a life-changing wage. Our unique system trains girls with no experience to be some of the highest-earning webcam girls online. Webcam modeling is a growing sector, with over 50,000 girls around the world currently participating. The girls with the Instagram pages featuring travel, money, and experiences are very often using a webcam to achieve this lifestyle. Model Stars provide you with a chance to fulfill your dreams. Model Stars isn't typical webcam modeling. We aim to recruit and promote girls who have never tried webcam before into some of the highest earning girls online. We do this with a special support team who turn you into the face of a brand. Even when you are not online, people around the clock will be speaking with men around the world on your behalf, ensuring you have the largest possible fan base and income. You are the face of a brand, which will be worth thousands of pounds from dedicated fans stretching across the globe. With 4 or 5 dedicated members of staff promoting you 24 hours a day, the earning potential is unlimited. Model Stars has 3 studios: New York City, Koh Samui, Thailand, and Budapest in the heart of Europe. Each studio has only 10 girls, earning a minimum of £4,000 a month. After 1 year, the average salary is over £7,000 per month. All of our studios offer top quality accommodation in a female-only business. Female management and support team ensures that women help women escape the chains of a 9-to-5 and generate life-changing sums of money. Free travel is provided between studios. After 1 year of working with us, you will be able to fly between the studios for free for a working holiday. Most people pay money to travel the world. You will be getting paid to travel while you work. Don't worry. This is a completely discreet opportunity. You will be online with a fake name and location, and it remains an absolute secret. So what are you waiting for? Come and try a 2-week trial in one of our studios. Free flight, free accommodation, weekly pay, and if you like it, discuss staying for longer and generating the money you've always dreamed of.
Right. You're going to run a webcam company. This is going to be an interesting journey for you, that's for sure. This is serious business. So, first things first, when you say webcam company, people assume, oh, it's just a sex fest, and it's just like you're like Hugh Hefner. When you're in the club with your workers, you look like Hugh Hefner, but in reality, it's a shitload of people management. The HR department, the HR category of the webcam business is the largest and most important thing. You're effectively taking girls, teaching them how to make unlimited money from home, and then making sure they give it all to you. So it's not an easy task. Now, there's a lot to teach here, so I'm going to assume you're not morons. There's certain things I'm not going to completely and utterly intricately cover. I'm just going to say, look, work it out, because it's not the most important thing. The most important thing you need to learn in this course is the people management aspect, how you can run this business from a human perspective, and the hardware and the technical side of things really isn't too complicated. We all know what a webcam is. We all know what video chat webcamming is. It's not that complicated. So we'll start there, but we're going to move on to something far more important shortly. So the equipment you need a girl, you need a webcam. The best webcam is a Logitech C920. Write that down, motherfuckers, Logitech C920. And you need MacBooks. The reason you use MacBooks is because it's easiest to screen share with a lot of MacBooks on the same Wi-Fi network as opposed to Windows computers. I'm going to go into that shortly. So per girl, you need a MacBook, you need a webcam, you need a fast internet connection. Even if you have very good Wi-Fi, plug it in with a wire Ethernet just to make sure. And you need a girl who's prepared to work. And you turn these things into money. Now, what you're going to find out shortly when I go into it later, what you actually turn these things into is Bitcoin.
So effectively, what a webcam company doing is mining Bitcoin. But instead of mining Bitcoin the traditional way with huge electricity expenses and massively expensive equipment and space and cooling and all that bullshit, you mine Bitcoin with some pussy and titties. And we'll get into that later. So that's the equipment you need. MacBook, webcam, plug it in. So Ethernet cables, even if you have to run cables the whole way through your house, fucking do it. It makes a big difference. You might need some studio lights. You can buy LED photography lights for 50, 60 euro on a stand. You might need a couple lights. And this is what I mean when I say you guys, I hope you guys aren't idiots. Obviously, the girl's room needs to be well lit. The camera resolution has to be high. The frame rate needs to be quick. So the internet connection has to be fast. If you're sitting here and you don't understand that you have to have a good quality picture for people to spend money, then why the fuck did you buy the course? Literally, don't be morons. So if you need some lights, buy some fucking lights. If you need to decorate the room so the room doesn't look like a crack den, decorate the fucking room. I will say, actually, caveat to that, you want the rooms and the sets to look like a girl's bedroom. You don't want it to look like a studio. When I was running my studio, I had a lot of people come at me with big money and say, look, we can build this 20-room studio. Each room will have a theme. We'll have a car wash theme and a this theme. Guys are not interested in webcam for that. The more professional it looks, the less of that intimate one-on-one connection they get with the girl. If they feel like it's a professional setup, if she's working for a studio or a business, they don't feel that connection with the girl the same, and effectively your money goes down. You want everyone to believe it's a girl in her bedroom at home on her own. That's what you want her to believe. So when I say make her room nice, I mean make it nice like a girl's bedroom, a nice, clean, nice bedroom. You can't have a shit room, but you don't want it to look too professional either. So for these reasons, if you're sitting there thinking, well, what premises do I need? You need your house. You need to rent a normal apartment. Don't rent any kind of commercial property, industrial property, any of that bullshit. Rent a nice house, and when you start to make money, get a nice penthouse or a nice big house that you can live in, a live and work space that is homely and is normal. So now you have a room, which is nice and clean, looks like a bedroom. You have your laptop plugged in on the internet. You have a C920 Logitech webcam on the top. I'm going through all the hardware stuff first because this is quick. The hard part is how you actually run the business. Next, webcam websites. There are only 2 webcam websites worth fucking with. I've tried them all. There's about 20 out there. I've tried them all, and you can only really effectively make money with 2 of them. The first one is LiveYasmin.com. LiveYasmin.com is Hungarian. It's owned by the richest guy in Hungary. And this setup, effectively, is far more the professional's route. It's not the girl at home in her bedroom. It's girls who work for studios. It's professional girls. And even those customers, the men who go on that site, they understand it's professional girls. It's a different atmosphere than the other one we're going to look at. So I think it's the inferior of the 2 choices, and I would not recommend you use this site. And the reason for that is because, one, they are massive sticklers for audio and video quality. So when you get your whole thing set up, you have to be approved. And unless you have perfect lighting and perfect internet and everything's set up really nice, they're not going to give you the highest rating, which means they're going to deduct some money. They're going to put a financial penalty on you. And sometimes it can just depend on the light outside. It could just depend if it's a cloudy day or a sunny day. Your light might change a little bit, and they can be dickheads about that. That's the first thing. Second thing, like I said, is for professional setups. So we're currently in Romania. In Romania, there are webcam studios everywhere. There's one webcam studio down the road called Studio 20 with 100 rooms. 100 rooms, 8-hour shifts, 3 girls a day. That's 300 girls a day working, and they all work on LiveYasmin. So if you're going to go on LiveYasmin, you're going to be competing with big-time guys. And what you want to be competing with is people at home in their bedrooms. You don't want to be competing with serious businessmen, because I know for a fact, Studio 20, the owner of Studio 20 and the owner of the website itself, LiveYasmin, are friends, and they've got some kind of backhander agreement. So all the Studio 20 girls appear high on the web page. They appear at the top of the page. Obviously, if you're going to go on there, you don't want to scroll down 10 pages to find a girl. You're going to go to the girls in the first row. All his girls appear high up because he's given the guy a backhand. It's all this shady business. It's a huge competition market you don't really want to get involved in. You can make money on LiveYasmin, but I wouldn't recommend it. Another reason for that is if you go through the payment structure of Live Yasmin, like I said, I'm not going to waste time. I'm not going to sit here and fucking show you it. Look it up. You want to run a business? Do some fucking research. Look at the Live Yasmin payment structure. You'll see that you only get 20% of the money up until the first $100 or something. And then after that, you get 30% of the money. And then after that, you have to break through all these payment barriers to finally get to a high percentage of the money per minute, because it's per minute calls. And I know girls who work on Live Yasmin who said when they finally do, because it resets every 2 weeks. So they were doing 10 days of 12 hours a day to get to that highest payment structure. And then those last 4 days, they were making all their money. Now they're saying something's happened was when they finally break through to the highest payment structure, the website's limiting their traffic to prevent them from making money, because obviously they'd rather the traffic go to a girl who hasn't got such a high percentage. So there's some snakiness going on there as well. So for that reason, I do not recommend Live Yasmin. I'm only telling you about it because I don't want to say there's only one webcam site. With Live Yasmin, you can make money, but it's not what you're looking for. The website you were going to use is Chaturbate. Chaturbate is how you're going to get rich. Now, I've told very shortly my story, how I kind of started my whole webcam business. I'll tell it again in detail here. I was fighting. I had some money. I had 70,000 pounds in a safe in my bedroom, in my house. I wanted to buy property in Thailand and move to Thailand. I needed 80,000, I was 10 grand short. And I thought I'd go to the casino and make the 10, which was obviously, we all know how that story went. So I lost 30, so now I need 40. I needed it quickly. So I was sitting there trying to find a way to make money. So how can I make money? And what I did was, I said to Tristan, I'm literally not leaving my room until I have a way for us to make more money. Because I can only fight so many times per year, and I know their income. So I got a pen and paper, and I was on YouTube, like researching, you know, how people make money, what millionaires have, and they kept talking about assets. And I was sitting there thinking, what assets do I have? You know, I'm trying to buy a property. I mean, I didn't own a property in the UK at the time, so they didn't pay me tax to anyone. I didn't want to pay taxes, so I didn't buy a house to confirm me. So I was like, what assets do I have? Okay, I have a car, I have this, I have that. And then I realized I had about 5 girlfriends, all smoking hot. And females are an asset. Attractive females are absolutely an asset. And if you disagree with me, walk in the club with 10 blondes and you'll see who the most important guy in the club is. Fuck the champagne shows. I've walked in the club with 10 girls and there's guys next to me doing champagne shows. Is anyone looking at their table or my table? No one gives a fuck about their table. Pussy is the most important driving force of this planet. Pussy is the only reason that empires were started and wars were waged. It's the only reason all you guys are out there are even interested in having money. If there was no pussy about, you wouldn't care about having money. You'd say, oh, I'll have a little bit of money and I'll just play chess all day. I don't care, I'll play video games. The only reason we want cars and clothes and 6-packs and houses and shit is for girls. Girls are the driving force. So when I realized I had all these assets, I had to find a way to monetize the assets. I knew some street pimps. I've known them for a long time. Straight street pimping is a completely... In fact, no, it's not a completely different game. The psychological aspect is the same of what we're going to do. The skill I'm going to teach you is exactly the same. I could easily translate mine to a street business, and you could easily street pimp with the things I'm going to teach you. But I didn't want no one else fucking my girl. That's the truth. My girls. I want to fuck my girls. I want some other guy fucking my girls. What the fuck's the point in that? So, long story short, blah, 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 blah. Discovered webcam and went from there. Flew all 5 girls in at once. Sat them all down. So I've been going out with all of you. Here's the truth. Starting a business. You want to make money or not? 2 decided to stay. 3 started crying, got back on the plane because they're all different places in the world. I had them for when I was fighting. So I went and fought in Slovakia, got a girlfriend. Went and fought in France, got a girlfriend. Went and fought. So I had all the girls around the world. So I told them all to fly in, sat them all down together. Like, who the fuck are all these other girls? I was like, okay, truth time. Bang. I'm a G. Been fucking you all. I'm going to start a business. You're all going to live here with me. 3 got back on the plane. 2 decided to stay. 2 weeks later, 1 left. And so I was left with 1. But starting with 1 is good. But those 2 weeks, I fucked them together a few times, so it's fine. Starting with 1 is what you want to do anyway. So, you now know about the equipment and you now know the website you're going to use, Chaturbate. Like I said, I'm not going to waste my time scrolling up and down through Chaturbate showing you every little feature of the website. If you're that fucking stupid, then you know stand a chance. You now know the website you need to go on. So go on the website, sign up, start looking into things, investigate payment terms, etc., etc., etc. Fucking don't be a moron. Make a studio account and go from there. Now, the reason I said you need MacBooks is because you need to screen share. And this is ultra important because, where's my whiteboard? I ain't got a whiteboard again. Oh well. If you've seen the PhD course, you saw how useless that was anyway. Your goal is to inspire a girl to make money and give you the money. So the way you're going to do that is you have to have some element of influence. And you're going to have that element of influence through her respecting you, looking up to you, and her believing she needs you. And this is extremely important. Because at the beginning, she will need you. But then she won't need you. But you have to keep that fallacy, keep that dream alive that she can't do this without you, to ensure that she doesn't do it without you. So this is what screen share is all about. Effectively, this is the way the business works. The girl sits on the camera. Now, when the girl is on camera, and you would have seen from my promotional video, that was at the height of my webcam empire. The blonde in that video I'm still with now. I know, she's smoking. You'll see from there how we explain that there's people typing or pretending to be the girl 24 hours a day. So it hasn't got to be 24 hours a day, but that method is very important for two reasons. First let me explain how it works. Listen up, motherfuckers. So, the girl is on the webcam. She's sitting here. When a girl is on camera, she has a public room, which people will visit, and they will spend money in and talk shit. To make the maximum money, it is your job to train the girl to talk to and interact with that public room as much as possible. So when people come in the room and say, oh, hey, how are you? She's like, they type. The men type, hey, how are you? It comes in the box. She goes, oh, hey, I'm fine, thank you. And she has to make sure her public room is engaging and interesting as much as possible to keep people in the room. Now, while the public room is happening, she can also receive private messages. Now, those messages are important because very often guys are going to privately message her before they want to spend money. So, how much is your Snapchat? Will you do this? Where are you from? Whatever. Now, a girl can't effectively, especially when she starts, she can with lots of experience because she becomes adept at filtering out the time wasters. But at the beginning, a girl cannot sit in a room, be high energy, be smiling. Write this shit down. Guys, if you're watching this, get a piece of pen and paper, write this down. The girl has to be smiling, she has to be happy. The men aren't going on there to see some miserable bitch. They've got a wife at home who's a miserable bitch. They're spending money to see a happy girl. Smiling, happy, interacting with the room, talking to maybe 100 people in her room, while also replying to maybe 20 men who are privately messaged her by typing. That's impossible for a new girl to do. And the reason for that's impossible was because of those guys private messaging her, a lot of them are time wasters. But it takes some time to get a feeling for what a time waster is. And I can't even put it into words to you. You do it for long enough where after 3 or 4 messages with a guy, you can tell if they're going to spend money or not. And it's just, I don't know how, it's weird. You get this sixth sense for it. And it comes with experience. And the girl has to get it, and you have to get it too. So effectively the way it works is, the girl's responsibility is to worry about the room, sit in the room, smile, be happy, keep the room engaging, keep it interesting, well-lit room, looks pretty, has something nice on, whatever. And all those private messages, you are going to reply to. And you're going to reply to them via screen share on a computer in a different room. As long as you're on the same Wi-Fi network. Now if you're sitting here going, well, how do I screen share? Google it. I'm not fucking wasting. That's the kind of shit you can Google or type into YouTube. Screen share max. Effectively, this computer can control that computer. They become the same screen. And that allows you to click with your mouse on the boxes and reply and pretend to be the girl. Also, you need to have another little notepad in the bottom right-hand corner to give the girl instructions. Pay attention. If you're lost here, rewind the fucking video. So you have a notepad in the corner that you can type instructions to the girl. You have your computer connected to her computer. So you can type in the instruction box, type or pretend to type. She will go like this on her laptop and pretend to type. And you will actually reply to all the guys. Now, this is important for 2 reasons. One, it allows you to maximize your money. Because you're having more conversations with men than a girl could ever have on her own. Because she's too busy on her own. She's overwhelmed. She can't talk to all these people. So some guys you have to negotiate with, some guys you have to do a deal with, some guys whatever. You can do all that shit. But even more importantly, it makes the girl believe that she can't do it without you. And at the beginning she can, but there'll become a point she can. But you being here, it synergizes this teamwork energy. We're going to do this together. Yeah, you go on the camera. Don't worry, I'll talk to the guys. I'm going to talk to them. We're a team. Happy, positive teamwork. You cannot run this business through fear. And this is one of the biggest things people don't understand about the pimp game. Even street pimping. They think that you can do it through fear, that you can scare girls and you can intimidate girls. If you're going to scare a girl and put her on the street, she's just going to walk off and leave. You're never going to see her again. She has to respect you and love you and want to work with you. And that's done through positively inspirational and motivating person. It's through positive energy. There's no negative energy in this business. You have to be positive. So by you typing for the girl, you maximize your money, and also she believes she needs you, which is extremely important. Later on down the line, I got to the point where I'd hired typers. So I didn't have to type. So I'd hired girls to sit and type and pretend to be the girls. So I had girls online. I had an office full of girls pretending to type. So I had 4 typers, 20 girls online, for example. And the 4 girls would type for 3 or 4 girls each, and they'd all pretend, and that's how I had it all going. That's way down the line for you guys. At the beginning, what you want is one girl who's working, going online, you typing for her. So the evenings are perfect. You find a girl, and if you're sitting there going, well, how do I find a girl? We'll get to that in a second. You find a girl, 8 o'clock at night till midnight, 4 hours a day, you sit there and type for her. She sits there and does as you tell her in the yellow box, and you generate money. Now, another reason we use Chaturbate, we use Chaturbate for a variety of reasons. I spoke about Live Yasmin, I'm going to talk about Chaturbate. We use Chaturbate for a few reasons. One, there's no penalty for not making money. There's another website called MyFreeCams, and MyFreeCams is okay, but the problem is it has something called a cam score, which is the number of tokens you generate per minute, and the cam score dictates where you are on the web page. So if you have a bad cam score, you're far down the page, no man's going to scroll down there to find you, and you're not going to make any money. And when you're just starting this business, trying to make money quick is not easy. This is not going to be easy at the start. So I do not recommend MyFreeCams because you're going to end up with a bunch of girls with bad cam scores who are far down the page and no one's going to see them. You're not going to make any money. With Chaturbate, there's no cam score system. So where you appear on the page is simply by how many people are in your room. So if your girl gets her tits out and starts to shake her ass and she's hot and she gets lots of men in her room, then she's going to be higher up the page and it's going to be exponential. She's going to get more and more and more men because she's higher up the page. So keep this in mind for building a room. Sometimes a girl just has to fucking get freaky at the start to build a room up and get men in there to exponentially increase it. This is one of the reasons we use Chaturbate. Another reason we use Chaturbate is because they will pay you in Bitcoin. They'll pay you in Bitcoin. You put in your Bitcoin address and they'll pay you in Bitcoin. And this is amazing because you've all seen the thought audit shit that's going on. You've all seen the fucking legalities of banking. Trying to get money out of these sites into your bank without paying a shitload of tax is actually very difficult. And that was going to be about an hour segment of this fucking thing. But we don't need to do that anymore because in the last 6 months, Chaturbate have released a Bitcoin option. So they'll pay you in Bitcoin. So if your girl on there working, let's say you generate $3,000, $4,000, bang, you get Bitcoin into your wallet. Done. No fucking tax, no thought audit, none of that shit. So don't worry about any of that. None of that's going to come back to get you. So they're going to pay you in Bitcoin. These are the 2 reasons why Chaturbate is the best website. So that's the very effective underlying strategy. Now, what do you say to the men when you're typing to them in private messages? It's very similar to the lessons I taught in the PhD course. The men are going on the website to get attention from a beautiful woman. So it's almost roles reversed. In the PhD course, I said, women want attention, and you only give attention if you get what you want. It's the same thing. The men want attention, and you only give them attention if you get what you want, which is money. So the men can tip you in tokens. They buy tokens on the website, and they tip them to you. 1 token's worth 5 cents, American cents. So you have to be careful when you're talking to these guys not to give too much attention to men who don't tip. and this comes from experience. This is not something I can teach you. You as the typer, you're gonna have to do the hard work. You're gonna have to feel it out yourself. You're gonna have to keep your girl versed and train her on making sure that you get the balance just right of being friendly to people and talking to people enough so that they want to tip you. You can't just ignore guys when they first come in the room. But also not sitting there all day chatting away to a bunch of guys who don't spend money. Because if you're going to sit there and reply to every private message and talk to a whole bunch of dudes who don't tip, why would they tip? Then they're not inspired to tip at all. So you have to make sure that doesn't happen also. So it's a fine line you're going to have to learn yourself. Effectively, what I do, or when I used to type, is, like I said, I'd have a few messages with someone, and I'd be quite upfront about what I want. They say, oh, you're beautiful. I say, oh, thank you. Get my Snapchat then. I'm more horny on Snapchat. Or you should see my videos. These are all things you can sell. So within the Chaturbate platform, effectively, you've got your girl on there. There's lots of different bots. Once again, you're going to investigate and decide which bots work for you. What I did is I put a girl online. I'd have a countdown. I'd say 1,000 tokens till topless, for example. She'd sit there with a skimpy top on. Everyone wants to see her titties. When she gets to 1,000 tokens, the top comes off. Then I'd inspire loads of little tips. 88 tokens for a flash, 110 tokens for a shower video. And literally, I just say, go to the shower, get your phone, make a 2-minute thing while you're in the shower. And you'd have that video for years. You could sell that video on and on for years. So you can also make video content and put your videos on there. Snapchat, 500 tokens, whatever. I'm just coming up with numbers off the top of my head. So I'd have all these things. And when people are buying her Snapchat, 11 tokens to say hello. Guys who come in a room who want more attention than the others will send 11 tokens to get a proper hello. And she'll be like, oh, thank you. And she'll clap and she'll give them proper attention. Happy. And she'll ignore the guys who don't tip for the guy who does tip. If there's 3 guys in the room and 1 is tipping, she should only be focusing her attention on 1 guy. The other 2 she can interact with a little bit, not to be rude, but she can't be sitting there chatting away with a guy who doesn't make money, who doesn't pay money. And these are the things you're going to have to teach her because she ain't going to know this shit. And you need to use your brain. Some of you guys watching this are going to become rich, and some of you guys aren't. And the ones that aren't are the ones who don't use your fucking brain. Use your brain. There's 3 dudes in a room, and one of them's tipping, and the other 2 are not. Who should be getting the most attention? So in your instruction box, you say, focus on whatever. And you have to train your girl that when she says focus on, doesn't mean she ignores the other 2. She doesn't want any sour feelings because they might tip later. But it has to be clear and noticeable that he's getting the most attention. So everyone knows why while he's tipping. If I want that attention, I have to spend money. So, you can sell videos, you can sell Snapchat, you can sell a WhatsApp. There's lots of different things you can do. WhatsApp, you need to keep control of if you do sell a WhatsApp. That's important. If you sell a WhatsApp, I used to sell a WhatsApp for about 3,000 tokens, about 150 bucks. And I had a separate phone with all my girls' guys in that phone, and I kept control of it. And I would speak to them, and before she went online, I would tell her like any basic information. Fucking Matt's dog died, so, you know, he's upset, or whatever. But the rest of the time, I keep it very generic. And again, you don't want to sit and WhatsApp guys all day who don't spend money. So when you're talking to these guys, it's got to be like, oh, hey, yeah, I'm really busy, but I'll be online again later. Are you going to come see me? And just encourage them online. You don't want to just sit there and talk to them on the phone. What's the fucking point in that? Encourage them to get back online. You don't let your girl have this, because if your girl ever runs off and leaves you, which is going to happen to some of you at least, you don't want her to have an address book of all the guys she can get money from. You want her to leave and go, well, I don't know the account. I don't have the password to the account. I've never set it up before. I don't know how the banking works. I don't have any of my guys' phone numbers. I have nothing. And that's why they don't want to leave. Because they're like, oh, well, he has everything. I need him. I have to stay with him. He has everything. It's important. I'm telling you, it's a very important element, that control. Because once the money starts pouring in, the girls will be like, well, what the fuck do I need this dude for? And they will leave if you don't have every aspect under control. Next, tax. Going back to tax quickly when we talk about the fault audit thing. Tax is also another important element for controlling your woman. You're not going to pay anybody tax because you're getting paid in Bitcoin. So you don't need to pay tax to anybody. But you need to tell your girl that you're paying the tax. Because girls are lazy, and girls are stupid, and girls don't understand how taxes work. So the girl's working with you, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, we've made this much money, but I'm going to pay the tax to make sure we don't get in trouble. She'll sit there and go, okay, okay. Now that allows you to do 2 things. One, it's another control element. If I work with him, my tax is not a problem. If I do it alone, I have to deal with taxes. Taxes are complicated. So control element. Secondly, it allows you to pay her a smaller percentage. So I used to pay my girls 30%. So for every $10,000 they made, I'd give them 3, and I'd keep 7. They thought they were on 50%. And I said that the disparity is because of taxes. So you're on 50%, but we had to pay the tax first, and then it's 50-50. If they say, why is it 50-50? Because I'm the one on camera. You say, because I'm the one typing, I'm the one with the property you're working in, I'm the one paying the bills, the electricity, I'm the one who's, and the electricity and every other maintenance cost of this property, I'm the one who bought the equipment, I'm the one who knows what he's doing, I'm the one with the knowledge, I'm the da-da-da-da-da-da. Shut the fuck up, go online. And they should be pretty happy with that if they respect you as a person overall. So really you're paying 30, you tell them you're paying 50, the difference is in the tax. That's where the disparity lies, taxes. If they don't believe you or they want to get fresh or whatever, print out some tax forms. I used to do this all the time. I used to print out some random tax forms and say, yeah, sign here and sign this. What is it? It's for the tax. You want to pay the tax or not? Oh, okay. And they just sign away. They don't know what they're fucking signing. I'll throw them away afterwards. But they think something's happening. Something real's happening. Nothing's happening besides me getting rich, bitch. Anyway, so tax is another important element to keep control of the girl. So you have your girl. She's on Chaturbate. You're typing for her. She's making some tokens. It's not going to be great at first because you need to learn what a time waster is and a good guy is. You're going to end up with white knights. Now, white knights are your girl's regular tippers. So my best ever girl used to make between $1,500 and $2,500 a day. Every day. Every day. And she made most of this money from the same 4 or 5 guys. So you end up with white knights, guys who fall completely in love with the girl. Some tech dork in Silicon Valley, very high paid, no girlfriend, male feminist, loser, who spends big money on the chick. These are the guys you have to look after. The majority of your money is going to come from those kind of guys. And you're going to develop relationships with these guys, genuine relationships with the guys. So like my guys used to like to Skype my girl. So I'd say, okay, yeah, tip me 2,000 tokens or 3,000 tokens, and I'll log off so no one else interrupts us, and we'll go to Skype. So you can take all the money through the website and then do Skypes for X amount of time. They can also take you private within the website and pay per minute. Instead of leaving you in the public room, they can do that, but people can spy on the privates, and some guys don't like that. So say, yeah, we'll Skype X amount, X amount, X amount. So just take the money through the website. Do not take money via PayPal and do not take money via bank transfer. You're going to have guys who say to you, well, the website takes a cut of the money, so let me PayPal you, or let me send you money another way. It's a trick. Don't do it because they'll PayPal you for something, you'll do what they want, and then they'll put a dispute in with PayPal and charge the money back. So don't do that shit. It's because you can't often get the money back, but with sexual services are not allowed on PayPal. So they'll just send PayPal a screenshot of your girl and say, look, it was for sexual service. She shouldn't be using PayPal, and just rat out and take the money. So I've had girls get offered $3,000 or $4,000 in PayPal to do crazy shit. Fucking run around naked outside or whatever. They took it and they did the money, and then the guy just took the money back. So don't do that. Take all the money through the website. And the website you can't lose. Money goes in, gets turned into Bitcoin. Pow, pow. You can't lose. Very simple. Now, so far, I hope you understand the basic mechanics of the business. Laptop, webcam, girl, you typing for the girl, replying to the PMs, giving her instructions, you learning the business the hard way, as well as the girl learning the business the hard way. This is going to be the beginning of the business. You and one girl. You're going to start with one. Don't think you're Mr. Casanova and trying to start with 3 or 4. It's a waste of time because 1, you're not going to understand the gender dynamics, the dynamics of having that many women. 2, you're not going to be good at typing yet. You need 3 or 4 weeks just typing to learn how to get the most money from these dudes. And after you've learned that, then bring new girls on. You trying to type for 3 girls at once when you don't even know what you're doing is fucking stupid. So you start this business with 1 girl only. 1 girl. Now, I'm going to go back in street pimping terminology. The girl you start with is the most important girl. Because the girl you start with is going to be your bottom bitch. They call it your bottom bitch on the street. Your bottom bitch is the girl who collects the money from all the other girls and brings you the money. That's the girl you can really count on. And that's going to have to be your first girl. So if you're sitting here and you have a girlfriend or something, some guys will be like, oh, I don't want to make my girlfriend do it. Bro, your girlfriend is half naked on Instagram for free. You might as well just let her show her nipples and get paid thousands of dollars. Like, if you're going to be insecure about your girlfriend being on a webcam, you're a loser. I never for a solitary second gave a fuck about dudes staring at my girl's tits. I was getting paid. They're all in fucking, and they're on the other side of the world. She's in fucking Hertfordshire in England in a penthouse. They're in fucking Chicago jerking off. Like, just thousands of miles. Who cares? It's money. That's me personally. If it's not you, fine. That means you got to find a bottom bitch. And we'll talk about how to find girls in a minute. But your bottom bitch is important because the dynamic of the business is always going to be difficult to manage. It's never going to be easy for you as a one man to have all these women working for you because you have to fuck the girls. This is a fucking super important. You're probably sitting there with a smile on your face right now. Look at you fuckers. You're all like, yes. You have to fuck the girls. You cannot sit and do a purely professional business relationship with a female. It doesn't work. One more thing. If you think that this video is a bit disjointed, whatever, and you might have to watch it 5 or 6 times, do it. But all the knowledge is in here. So I'm not going to sit and try and work out modules and all that crap. I talk as it comes. So if you have to watch it 10 times, watch it 10 times. I know what I'm fucking talking about. You have to fuck the girls. You cannot do a business relationship with a female, and I'll tell you why. Women have sex with somebody. If they're not fucking you, they're fucking somebody else. Now, a woman's always going to be the most loyal to the guy she's fucking, as opposed to anyone else for any other reason. If you have a girl work for you and you say, look, we're going to be business partners, we're going to make money, here's your cut, here's my cut, we're going to work together, blah, 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 blah. Here's a fucking, I've had dudes, I've known loads of guys who've like tried to do a contract with a girl, tried to sit there and talk common sense to a girl. When's the last time talking common sense to a girl has ever worked? Ever. If you're not fucking the girl, she is fucking someone else. And that other person she's fucking is going to have the control over her mind as opposed to you. And if he controls her mind and you don't control her mind, once she starts to pick it up a bit after a few weeks, a few months, whatever, and realizes how to make money on her own, is she going to stay and keep paying you, or is she going to run off and pay her boyfriend, or them two are going to go traveling in Southeast Asia and she's going to work as she goes, or she's going to go to her boyfriend and say, look, fuck it, you type for me. She's going to run off. She's going to leave. There's no way, I did this business for a long time. There's no such thing as having girls who work for you who you've not fucked. It's impossible. You have to fuck them and they have to love you. It's essential to the business because otherwise women have no loyalty. If you sit and say to a man, look, I'm going to show you how to make unlimited money on your computer from home and we're going to do it together. And after a few months he can do it on his own. He'll still sit there and go, yeah, but we started this together, so let's just stick at it together. He showed me how. Without him, I wouldn't have any of this, so I'll give him his cut. Women don't think that way. Women don't have any loyalty like that. They'll think, oh, fuck him. I can do it without him now. Fuck him. And they'll run off. Women are snakes. They have to be in love with you, which means you have to have sex with them. So this is why your bottom bitch is so important, because your bottom bitch is going to be there from the beginning, and if you ever want to grow the business, you have to be having sex with other women. And your bottom bitch has to understand that. So the dynamic you pull there with your number one girl, your bottom bitch, your first girl, is after you've been working a few weeks or whatever, after things are going well, you'd say to her, you know what? Me and you can get even richer. And she'll say, how? And you'll say, if me and you got some other girls, me and you, not me. If me and you got some other girls to work, then we'd have even more money. And also, what we could do is I could give you a percentage of their money. So you could teach them and train them to be like you, and I can give you a cut of their money as well, so you have more money as well. And we can buy a house, and buy a car, and we can invest in crypto, whatever. Sell them a dream. Sell them some dream, and we'll buy this big property in fucking the Bahamas. And she'll go, oh yeah, but where are we going to find girls from? Say, well, I'm going to find the girl, and I'm going to bring her to you, and you can tell her how good it is to work for me, and how great it is to do this webcamming thing, and how smart we are with this typing system that no one else uses. It's actually true that no one else really uses a typing system. The system I've taught you is some top secret shit, so you should be appreciative. And with this typing system, how easy it is for us to make money, and we can get this other girl to work. And she'll go, okay. Then you got to fucking find another girl, sit there, have a meeting, blah, 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 blah. Now, when I say you have to find another girl and have a meeting, that is after you fuck this other girl. You cannot get a girl to work for you haven't fucked. So the recruitment process is the same as the PhD course. You message them on Instagram. The PhD course is my recruitment system. I don't mention webcam until after I've had sex with the girl. If you're on dates and you're trying to mention it and shit, it just doesn't work. It puts them off. I'd never do that. That's disgusting. I'm not a whore. It's just not gonna work. You continue as normal, no mention of webcam. You fuck the girl. After you fuck the girl, you do the PhD test. If she passes the PhD test and she wants to be with you, then you start mentioning things like, yeah, but you know, you're always busy. You're always at work. You can come work for me. So, as I said, you cannot try and approach girls to do webcam. Hi, do you want to do webcam? It's bullshit. It doesn't work. No one's going to say yes. And any girl who does say yes is doing it. She doesn't like you. She doesn't know you. She doesn't love you. She's saying yes purely for money. I'm going to sneeze. Any girl who wants money that bad is going to skank you and leave you when she realizes you get a big cut of it. So even if you do get a girl to say yes that way, even if you do say to a girl, look, let's make some money, she's only in it for the money. She's not in it to please you. And if she's only in it for the money, she's going to get pissed off with her cut. Because they're going to Google up how much a token's worth, how many tokens they made, and all that shit. They're going to get pissed off with their cut. Remember the tax thing, so you only have to pay them 30% instead of 50%. That's important for your profitability. So you don't want a girl who's in it for money. You want a girl who's in it to be with you. So you meet a girl, you take her on dates, you fuck her, whatever. She passes the PhD test. Then you start saying things like, oh yeah, but you're always working. I have to do some traveling and you can't come. I want to bring you with me. Traveling's a great one because the thing about this business is mobile. If you can find a good Airbnb with good internet, you can run it somewhere else. So it's a good little caveat to throw in. Oh, and you're always working. Why don't you work for me so we spend more time together? Work for you doing what? So you'll have a webcam business. Oh, I don't want to do that. So, okay, I know you don't want to do that, but listen. Come, let's have a meeting. Let's just talk about it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Fine. But let me explain it to you properly. In fact, I'll bring one of the girls who works for me. You, your bottom bitch, the new girl, you go out for fucking a nice dinner. Your bottom bitch is the one who does the selling. You don't do the selling. The girl has to hear it from a girl. And this is why your bottom bitch has to be trained. This is why I said it's so important to have a good first girl. My first girl was so good, it was easy. My girl would sit there and go, oh my God, before this I was a waitress and it was shit, and now I do this and I make so much money, and the guys all love me and they adore me, and on my birthday they send me presents, and I get so much money, blah, 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 and it's so much fun, and we stay at home, and da-da-da-da, and we're gonna go to Thailand soon, we're gonna be working in Thailand, and we're gonna stay there for as long as we want, you should come with us, it's gonna be so much fun, da-da-da-da, martinis, 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 bang, threesome. Slam them both, your bottom bitch knows, this girl's like, okay, well I'll try it. Put both girls on camera together the first day, so the new girl can sit there and just sit with the other girl and get drunk. Give them a bottle of vodka, put on the fucking chatterbait, 100 tokens per shot. The guys will send loads of money to get the girls drunk, because guys like drunk girls. Girls will sit there, get drunk, have a great time. You say it's your new job now, you haven't go to work ever again. That's how you recruit girls. You do not recruit girls any other way. You will fucking, at some point in your future of webcamming, go on a date with a girl who's you can tell is a complete whore. And you're going to be lazy. Because I've done it myself. And I thought, this girl's fucking slow. And just before you even bang her, you just say, look, have you ever tried webcam? Because you're busy. You want her to work. You don't care about anything else. You have enough sex at home. It's not about sex. Now it's about money. And you get lazy in your person. And even though she's the biggest hoe in the world, she starts coming at you with some virtue bullshit. I would never do that. Hey, you're freaking horrible. You're disgusting. And then she'll run off and fuck some other guy she meets first night. These girls are that stupid that they think it's okay to go fuck a guy they barely know, but it's wrong to show their tits for money because girls are that dumb. So don't do that. You have to fuck the girls first. Fuck them first. So your bottom bitch has to know you're going to be out there fucking hoes. She has to know it. So look, we're going to run this business together. We're going to grow this business together. Right now, you're on camera and you're doing really good. In a year from now or 2 years from now, I don't want you on camera. I want you typing and the other girl's on camera. Let her sit there and go, yeah. Career, selling a dream, career progression. All the shit they do in normal jobs to keep the fucking person slaving away. Eventually, you're going to be here. We're going to own this. You're going to make this much. Blah, blah, blah. But the only way we can do that is if we go have all these threesomes with all these girls, because these girls have to work for us, and they're not going to work if they don't love me, because they're going to run off. So the only way me and you, as a team, are going to be rich people is if we go get a bunch of girls to suck my dick together. Do you agree? And if you do that right, she'll sit there and go, okay, let's do it. This is why people look at my Twitter and my Instagram shit like, how the fuck is he have all these girls? This is how. I got a good bottom bitch who knows the game. I've had innumerable threesomes, but 80% of my threesomes have involved my number one girl. And then the other girl's just a swap out. Because she knows the game. I'll take her to the club, I'll just point at a girl and she'll just laugh. Because she knows I'm going to try and fuck that girl. So I don't have to do anything. I'll send her to go fuck the girl. Go talk to her. Go be her friend. Before you know it, they're all fucking dancing and shit. I'll just rock up out of nowhere. She don't even know me. So you're both coming with me. And when my girl goes, all right, okay, then the other girl's a bit like, okay, let's go. It's fucking easy. Bottom bitch is the most important thing. So you gotta get a good one. And you're only gonna find a good one by fucking a lot of hoes. Truth is this, man. Before I had this webcam business, I fucked girls. I've got a PhD. I've always been the best. But I wasn't militant with it. Like, I'd get a girlfriend, I'd fuck here, there, but I didn't really care. But after I started this business and realized that the only way I can get girls to work for me is to fuck them first, I became militant. It became my job to fuck girls. I was fucking ruthless. I mean, every day I'd send 20 Instagrams. Every day I was on a date. I was fucking 4 girls, 5 girls a week. Because that's how I built my business. I built my business off the back of my dick. That's how I built it. That's how I got rich. So I became militant with the pimping. And my bottom bitch understood it. And she understood that perfectly. So that is the recruitment structure, and that is extremely important. I hope you understand why you have to have sex with a girl. Otherwise, she is going to leave. What you don't want to do is get a bunch of girls, teach them how to make money from home, and then let them leave you and run off and make money for themselves. And then you check their Instagrams and they're having a great life and they're fucking rich and you have nothing. You don't want to do that. So you have to fuck the girl. And also, if you want to grow the business, your bottom bitch has to be down. So you need to explain to her, we're going to build this together as a team, blah, blah, blah. That takes a few months after she's been on camera. Get her on cam first, get the money coming in, and then one payday, pay her some money and say, you know what? The money's okay, but we could make a lot more if we had more girls. And she'll say, yeah, but how are we going to get more girls? And you'd sit there and go, yeah, but me and you together, we could recruit girls. That's a team. Like I said, rewind the video. I just told you the whole conversation. Go do that shit. Now, I got to a monumental size, but I am an exceptionally talented individual. Most of you dudes out there, all you really want is 3 good girls. If you have 3 good girls, you're all right. Because across 3 good girls, each one making $500 a day, that's $1,500 a day. 70% of it's for you. So I'm doing this math off the top of my head. So what's that? 700 is out of 1,000 plus 350. $1,050 a day for you. The rest is wages. You got 3 girlfriends. 3 girls is what most of you guys want. If you have 3 good girls making $500 a day, you're taking home $1,000 a day. You're on $30,000 a month, and you're living with 3 girls. $30,000 a month, you get a penthouse for $3,000. You go lease a Lambo, buy a Lambo, whatever. Stay flashy. Girls like that shit. And you're the man. You are the king of the world. I just told you how to do it. I told you how to do it. Told you how to get the girl on the camera, Told you how to have a bottom bitch. Told you how to recruit girls. And I've told you, with 3 half-decent girls making $500 a day, you're going to be on $30,000 a month. $30,000 a month, living in a penthouse with 3 hot girls. There's not a man on earth who won't be jealous of you. You'd be sitting there going, what the fuck? Who are these 3 girls you live with? They're my girls. What do you mean you're girls? What do you mean what I mean? They're my fucking girls. They're my girls and live in my house. They're my girls. You're all going to live in a big house. And you'll all be a big happy family. You're going to be fucking jizzing all the time all over all their faces. Because that's what they want. Women want attention. You're going to reward them for their good work with attention. So when they work hard and they do good, like I said, you don't want a girl who's in it for the money. You want a girl who's in it because she loves you. So when they're working hard, you have to please them. And you have to please them with attention. The easiest way to give a girl attention is to fuck them. So you want to just fucking fuck them all. So what I used to do every day after work for me was a threesome, foursome, fivesome, orgy. I'd just sit there, type, okay. At the end, I'd be like, okay, the girls would all sit around drinking wine, watching TV. I'd sit there with a spreadsheet, calculate how much money I made. Oh, I made $2,000. Oh, it's not bad for fucking 4 hours. All right, okay. All right, girls, they're all a bit drunk. Get my dick out. So I rolled. That was my business for a good year and a half. Not many people know why I retired. This is why I retired from fighting. I retired from fighting because I couldn't train while jizzing as much as I jizzed. And I couldn't have my business without fucking all the girls because they all got in a bad mood. So I had to choose. Do I continue to fight or do I just have constant orgies? And although it was actually a difficult decision for me to make because I love fighting, I chose the orgies because I lived fighting for 10 years. I thought, let me do 10 years doing something else. So that's the life you're going to have to live. You're going to have to be that kind of guy. You have to be militant with your fucking pimping. But that's why having a good bottom bitch is so, so, so important. It's extremely important. Now, moving on. You're going to want 3 girls. If, and I'm going to say this now, but if you're at a point where you believe you can expand beyond 3 girls, you need to hire me as a consultant. So I'm not going to talk too much about it now, but because when you get beyond 3 girls, you need to hire typers. You need to have staff who type. That's extremely complicated. You can't hire men because the men are going to steal the business idea. And on top of that, they're also going to try and steal your girls. It's going to happen. You're going to hire some dude to type. You're going to think you're Mr. fucking Big Shot driving your Lambo out while the girls are all working. You're going to be out with your boys. And the guy is going to eventually go up to one of the girls while she's on having a cigarette break and say, why don't me and you just go do this? He's paying me pennies. He's paying you pennies. I know how much he's paying you. Let's go do it ourselves. You're going to start killing people because he's going to be stealing your bitch and your money. That's a level of disrespect you can't take. So you can't hire guys because that's what men will do. Hiring girls is complicated too because girls still might try and do that, but it's a lot less likely. And even if they do, girls don't like to work for girls. So the girl on camera will think, well, why am I going to work for a girl? Like, well, she can go on camera. Why the fuck am I on camera? The girl understands why the man's not on camera. Because I'm a man, so I'm doing this stuff and you do that stuff. When it's 2 girls, the girl's like, well, why the fuck am I playing with the dildo and she gets to sit in the office? The girls don't like to work for girls. But then, for the reason I just told you, you have other problems when you hire girls because you start having girls in the office staff, then the girls are on camera like, why can't I be in the office? I don't want to do cam, I want to be in the office. Because webcam it's acting. The girl has to pretend to be happy for hours and hours and hours a day. Now that's easier if she's genuinely happy. That's your job to keep her as happy as you can. But there's going to be days, like every normal human, where she doesn't want to do it and she can't be asked. And you have to be like, look, I know you're miserable, but let's just try it for a few hours. There might be some money there. I spoke to one of your big tippers on WhatsApp. He's going to come online. She'll give some fast money, and afterwards we're going to go to movies, or afterwards we're going to go here. I'll take you for dinner, whatever. Motivate her. If the money's coming in, none of these things are a problem. I mean, at the height of my cam business, I had so much money coming in. If a girl was acting stupid, like, all right, look, I'll tell you what, we're going to work really hard this month, and at the end of it, we're going to Central Pay. Really? Yeah, fucking book it now. I had so much money, I didn't give a fuck. I'd say anything it took to get them online. I don't care. Central Pay, fucking Versace, go Jimmy Choo. I used to go shopping trip with 5 girls, spend fucking 30 grand a day. I didn't care. Because I was loaded. But at the beginning, it's harder because you haven't got that kind of funds. When the funds are rolling in, it's easier. But at the beginning, you've got to motivate them. So you're going to have girls in the office, and that's going to piss off the girls who are working on camera. So if you ever want to expand beyond yourself and 3 girls, or if you ever want to get in a position where you don't want to type anymore, you need to consult me. In fact, if you're serious about running this business and getting somewhere genuinely, and I'm telling you the God's honest truth, because I've given you the streamlined, efficient version, but every single version of the webcam business is different. You need to set aside some of your profit for consulting, and that consulting money is going to be me. I'm telling you. I had 75 girls. 75. So if you're making $30,000 a month, you need to say, you know what, $5,000 or $6,000 a month I'm going to spend on flying Tate here, or speaking to Tate on Skype and asking how I can make more money from the girls I've got, how can I expand, I let him come see my setup, I'm being completely honest with you guys. If you guys are serious about the money, I know this fucking game. So if I don't want your money now, once your money's coming in, and your money's already flowing in, from there, you're going to be able to take a certain percentage. You'd be hitting me up and saying, look, I've got this kind of operation going on, or this many girls, I'm making this kind of money, I want to do more, or I want to streamline it, or I want to get away from the desk. And I'm going to say, cool, this much, bang, consulting. Because eventually, if your pimp game's good enough, I got to a point where I'd train girls up, I'd type for them, teach them the game, but I was so good with the pimping that I'd just say, okay, I ain't typing for you anymore. And they work for themselves, and I didn't have to type, and they do it all by themselves, and I still kept the money. That's I got to that levels. Then I still got new girls coming in. I didn't want to even type for my new girls anymore. Didn't even want to train them up because I was lazy. So I had to get an office staff and all this sort of shit. So I went the whole way down the fucking thing with it. So that's the basis of the game. The basis of the game is the hardware and Chaturbate. That's easy. You could right now finish this video, go to chaturbate.com and see thousands of people on there making money. Now, a lot of those people are just fucking around with it. They're making an extra couple $100 a month because they're fucking either living in Brazil and they're broke or they're stupid. You're going to turn this into a business. And you typing for the girls, the screen sharing setup allows you to maximize your money. Another thing that's important is the hours online. If your girls are going to get loyal fans, they have to work regular. So you need a girl who works 5 or 6 days a week, even if it's only a few hours a day. Because that means that guys are going to see her on there over and over and over again. You want guys to fall in love with and become loyal to her. The problem is if she works now and then, that means that they see her when she's online, they might give her a little bit of money, and then all that time in between, these guys are serial masturbators. These dudes are not going to not go on the website just because your chick ain't there. They're going to go on the website and start sending money to some other chick. And then she appears again, but for the last week and a half, they've been talking to some other girl. So do they really want to see your girl again? Maybe a little bit, but they definitely don't want to give her a shitload of money. So consistency is important. This is why you're going to make more money than all the other people on Chaturbate. Consistency and the typing system. These are super important things. If you do these two things, you do them right. At the start, you're going to be sitting there, make an hour will pass, you make 100 tokens. You're like, what the fuck? That's nothing. This is bullshit. You got to stick with it. And you got to learn how to manipulate the guys, get money from the guys. You got to train your girl up, keep your girl positive. Once you got one girl making good money, the bottom bitch system, like I told you. How to recruit more girls off the back of her. Make sure you get that done. Because having 3 girls is your dream. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for 3. And from there, then you consult me and you grow the business even further. That is the basis of how to run a webcam business. If you're sitting here and you already have a girl in mind, if you fucked her, good. Sit down with her and say, look, we're going to get fucking rich together. You do not tell her you are going to do webcam. You tell her we are going to get rich. Well, how? And you pitch her. Listen, if you're going to sit here and you don't know how to pitch a girl, then what the fuck are you doing in this business? I knew what to say. I said, look, me and you are going to get rich. How? I've got a business idea. I'm going to start this business. We're going to generate Bitcoin. We're going to generate some cryptocurrency. I'm going to make sure our taxes paid, et cetera, et cetera. We're going to put some things together. And eventually, within 6 months, we're going to have a whole bunch of girls working for us. You're not even going to be on cam anymore. We're going to start with you and me. But after a few months, you won't even be on cam anymore. Don't worry about it. We'll give you a fake name, a fake location. We'll say you're Cindy from Chicago. No one's going to even know it's you. Let's go here. Let's do this. Because you can do that shit. Girls are like, oh, I don't want anyone to find out. So how's going to find out? So you got a fake name, fake location. Who gives a shit? Just lie. We'll just lie. No one's going to recognize you. Well, how do I know if someone's not going to recognize me? So do you know the kind of losers who sit and wank all day? Is that the kind of people you hang out with? Well, no. Good. Someone will probably recognize her eventually. By then it's too late. So, and if someone comes in the room and starts giving out her real Instagram or whatever, just block them. You just block them from the room. So, that's how you gotta do it. Sit down, pitch your girl, get your bottom bitch, and your whole business has to be built off the back of your bottom bitch. So if you have a girl in mind and you're already fucking her, pitch her. If you have a girl in mind and you're not fucking her, don't say a word about it until you fucked her. If you have no girls, fucking look at the PhD course. Get online. Ask them what city they're in and get to fucking work. Now, if you already have some money, it's easier. If you're gonna go meet girls in a fucking top of the range Range Rover and you're already living in a penthouse, then it's easier to tell girls, look, we're gonna make some money. It's a lot harder if you have nothing to start with. If you're living in a shit apartment with a shit car, it's harder. But it's not impossible. Because, and this is actually, I'm going to finish on this before we come back to the second video. And this is an important point. The girls don't have to be smoking hot. I know some ugly ass bitches who make money on webcam. I know some 5s and 6s. And to me, a 5 is ugly because I only fuck 10s who are making money on webcam. It's not about looks only. Looks obviously help. It's about personality and positivity. If your girl is smiling and she's happy, that's what men are looking for. These men are married to some miserable fat bitch and they're looking for an escape from their reality and they will pay for it. And that escape from their reality has to be a positive, happy, smiling girl who's giving them attention and listening to them and cares about their problems and knows their pet's name. It's about the personality. It's not just about the sex. That happy, smiling face is super important. Now, it's hard for a girl to sit there. It's easy for a girl to sit there and be happy when the money's flowing in. Some days she'll log on and she's smiling and there's men just tipping her. Ba-ding, ba-ding, ba-ding. Every time she gets a tip, you have to train the girl to be happy. I shouldn't have to tell you guys this shit. If you're so fucking stupid that you're not going to tell your girl to be positive when she gets tipped, then you don't stand a fucking chance with this business. I've left the fucking moron shit, assuming you guys are not complete fucking idiots. So your girl, when she gets a tip, she's just like, oh, thank you, and say the guy's name. They like that. Thank you, John. Thank you, whatever. They like to have their name said. So if your girl is positive, she's going to make money even if she's ugly. But then you have an ugly bottom bitch. And with the first girl, it's a problem because if your bottom bitch is ugly, it's harder to get threesomes. This is the truth. If you have a Barbie doll as a bottom bitch, it's very easy to get other girls to want to fuck her. It's much harder if your bottom bitch is ugly. This is why it was so easy for me, because my bottom bitch is a 10. So every girl who's ever fantasized about fucking a girl fantasizes about a blonde with huge tits, and that was my bottom bitch, so it was easier. But that's a different dynamic. But in general, if you're sitting there thinking, where do I find girls? Start fucking a bunch of girls, any girl. Some girls have it, some girls don't. So I want to leave you on this point. Chemistry is a thing as well. Some girls just have it. Some girls just make money, and they might be ugly bitches who just make money. And I've had ugly bitches who make money, and I've had beautiful girls who don't. Some girls just have it, some girls just don't. You have to get your big dick out, start slinging it around like a hero, fuck a bunch of hoes, and fucking try and get some girls online. See who's what, try and get yourself a good quality, good looking, loyal bottom bitch, and build your business off the back of that. Any questions, email me. This is part 1. I've taught you enough to start your PhD business. I've told you enough to start a webcam business. Get it started, and if you have any further questions, come at me, I'm gonna do a second video. You'll see my promotional video at the beginning of this. This is a little upsell I'm going to throw in. If you want a promo video like mine, it helps a lot. And the reason it helps a lot is because it makes you look more like an official business. Like I said, I always fucked my girls first, but sometimes it's good to have a video. Maybe there's a girl far away. Maybe there's exes you fucked in the past, whatever. You can say, look, here's my video, pow, here's my business. Are you interested? If you want a video the same as mine with your own company logo, and your own details about where the business is based, etc., drop me an email, we'll organize something, and I can get one done for you. So for 500 more, if you want your own custom video, like my promotional video, my company was called Model Stars. Think of your own company, think of your own name, think of your own logo, tell me what you want. Send me another 500, hit me up, and we'll get it done. I'll put that option on the website, and we'll get you your own promo video, which will help you start your business. Then you can get some business cards made off the back of that, etc., etc., etc. You now know enough. Any questions, drop me an email. I'll get back to you and make a second video.